What is up, guys and girls? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having fun, and I hope you're all getting out on the water as much as possible. We are coming back at you from Reckless Riders in Rhodes, Greece, and we are continuing our fall review videos and going on further down the HPS series with the mid-sizes of the HPS, well, mid-sizes approximately of the HPS range. As we've said before, for those that don't know, we are reviewing all the foils we have here at Reckless Riders. We're not endorsed by Axis, so everything here is the complete truth. We have paid for everything ourselves, tested everything ourselves, and anyway, I wouldn't lie to you guys no matter what. So, we're today looking at the HPS 930 and the HPS 880. The HPS, for those that didn't watch the previous video on the HPS series, are or high performance speed are high aspect foils that are very user friendly, easy to use for any level of rider. So you don't have to be a very advanced rider to use them, as many other high aspect foils from other brands or even other ones within the Axis range that are very hard to get up and flying if you're not advanced. You could be an intermediate rider. You obviously need to know the basics and be getting your first flights already, but you can still fly these foils with ease. So for those thinking of getting into high aspect foils but they're afraid of that difficulty factor related to high aspect foils, these are the foils for you. The way these foils perform in speed, glide, and jumps and freestyle for the smaller sizes, that's what probably makes them the top choice for a lot of people. They're very popular foils. So let's start with the high performance speed HPS 930. Now this is very similar to the 980 of the previous video. So it has a lot of glide, right? But before that, let's talk about the wingspan. Is, like we said, 930. That's how Axis names their foils. The surface area is 1,214, so only a little bit smaller than the 980. Now, like I said, this foil has a lot of glide. It is a very fast foil, so you can get a lot of speed on it. Even if you're not a very heavy rider, you can still keep it under control while in that speed, but I wouldn't be using it per se for speed if you're a light person. So I would say fast foil with plenty of control in it. It has very decent maneuverability. This one can get really carvy and playful, especially if you pair it with the right fuse and rear wing. Like we mentioned on previous videos, all the HPS series goes with a black fuse. You can use advanced or normal black fuse. I still stick to the normal. I don't see the point of the advanced. They have plenty of maneuverability and control, and you're not really using them for tight calves and stuff like that. But if you do want to do that and you want to ignore kind of the speed and the glideness and everything, you can put a advanced fuse on and just change up the whole feeling of the foil. But I use them with normal black fuses. So yeah, like we said, it has a lot of glide. It's a very fast foil, a decent maneuverability, very good maneuverability for its size especially. It's good for intermediate riders in good winds, decent winds. You don't want to use it in very light winds for people like that, or for advanced riders in light winds. So advanced riders that I have here, when they go out and they try this foil out, they can get going in pretty low winds and they have a fantastic time. They all come back raving on how nice this foil was, because once you get it up, it's an amazing cruiser. Like, you can be riding around, cruising, catching some waves, some bumps, some just getting very playful out there, even if the wind is shifty at best. As long as you get it flying, you're locked in. It's finished. That foil just keeps going and keeps giving. I would say it's very similar to the 980, but if you're a good rider, this one's going to be your favorite from the two, because it just has that little added, just goes over that step of playfulness, maneuverability, extra speed. You can get a lot more out of it for a much smaller price. Not price as in paying, I mean negative effect. For heavier riders, it is perfect for cruising and free riding, like I said, but also good for probably getting your first jumps I don't like, as a big guy, I don't like jumping on foils with any wingspan over 900, but it definitely is possible to get your first freestyle moves, your first jumps on a foil like this. I have done it myself, so especially if you're lighter or even if you're a heavy rider, this can take the impact and the grunt, and I've had no problems with these foils jumping and getting some air anyway, even doing 360s and stuff. But I wouldn't use it as your main freestyle foil, to be honest, if you're really going to get into freestyle and get aggressive with it. But it's good for the beginning, it's good for starting with that, and it can definitely take the impact. Like I said, normal, advanced fuselage both work with these foils, but I stick to the normal. I think it just feels nicer for me, maybe because I'm heavier, or just because when I take out these foils, I'm going for simple cruising and chilling. I'm not going too crazy on them. So I think that's all for the 930. Then let's go to the 880, and this is actually one of the most popular foils. So the 880 and probably the one under that, the 830. The 880 is a fantastic foil for advanced riders. It is very fast. You can push it a lot, especially if you've got some decent weight on you, like me. It has very nice glide for its reduced wingspan. You can catch waves and keep going with them. Nothing comparing to the bigger sizes, but still more than adequate for gliding. It is very maneuverable. You can get it to go anywhere you like. Tight turns, get it very playful in general. You can get it to do whatever you like, really, once you get efficient with it. It is for advanced riders. I wouldn't use this for intermediate riders. You need to be pretty good with your foil. Again, all of the HPS, the speed base, so you want to pick up speed on the water before flying, and it's the same with this, just this will need more speed. Once you get up, you feel the wobbliness a bit more if you've got it set up for some aggression, but you don't really want to set this up with anything big to stabilize it. You want to let it do its thing. If you're looking for stability, just go from 930 upwards, not 880 downwards. Yeah, so it's very nice, playful. It's really good for stronger winds. It can go, like I said, really fast and still has a lot of glide, and it's very good for jumps, for freestyle, getting into freestyle. I think this is one of the main, this one in the 830 is one of the main freestyle foils in the Axis series, and a lot of people use that for that reason. Of course, if you're going out freestyling these days, everybody's getting more and more aggressive, so they're using smaller and smaller foils. But if we're talking to the normal public, the normal people, this 880 and down will be amazing for freestyling, jumping and playing around, getting plenty of air, and they can take the impact. They have no problem at all. It is good for cruising, like the ones before, but I would use this more as catching some waves, doing some freestyle, just getting more crazy on this, or if you really want to try and push out some speed, this is a good starter for that, to kind of test your speed limits. I've hit 25 average or 28 knots in speed with this foil, and that wasn't even a super strong day, but 28 knots is definitely not bad with a foil like this. Of course, I've got the weight to push that out. Again, these black fuselage, like we said before, I'm not going to repeat that. Advanced, normal, it's up to you. I would use this with ultra short or crazy short fuse. I wouldn't go bigger than that. This one can be used with short or even longer, but I would say short or ultra short black fuse. I use normal fuses, not advanced fuses, and the rear wings, again, anything speed based, so you're looking at speed, flat, progressive, skinny, anything really that makes the foil fast. You don't want to cut the speed of this foil, it just makes it feel like it has too much drag and it's an ugly feeling. I prefer the progressive. I would go 400 with this, and I would max 400 progressive with this one. I would go 350 to really liven up the foil. And they're both good for other things as well, besides the wing foiling that we're talking about here. So you could use this one for downwind, for prone foiling, sub foiling, if you're light and good enough, because it's not big enough. So don't try to get started on sub foiling with this, although it's probably possible. It probably is also going to make your life hard. And this one is good for prone foiling as well, probably. Sub foiling, I'd say, is probably too small. Downwinding is okay, and windsurf, you could probably even get it on a kite foil if you windsurf maybe it's a bit too small. I'd use this for windsurf. This one I'd go for like a beginner kite foil. riding. But anyway, we don't care about that. We're wingfoiling every day. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions you have about the foils, just write a comment underneath and I'll try and answer everything I can. If you want to mention anything else about what to add to these videos, or you want to ask something about future videos, please go ahead, just drop a comment. Like the video if you enjoyed what you saw. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you on the water.